Hey, what's up, y'all? Big Willie here, and welcome back to episode, I believe, 11 of our Seaopolis 2 Let's Play. So, in the last few episodes, we've just been getting closer and closer and closer to the end of this mod pack. So, we're gonna continue today with some more of the same. I have made a Don't Get Distracted Woolly chest, but I do kind of remember what we're going to be doing. So we are going to push on through into refined storage just so that we can get into some auto crafting because I think that'll be fun. And then we're also going to work on getting into RF tools to complete out this part of this quest here, and then the dimensional portals. We're going to try and play through this. I have not done any homework or played through any of that, so stay tuned to see if I can figure it out. All right, like we've been doing in the last few, because as you guys know, I can squirrel a bit. I've got myself a chest prepared here with this is the stuff we said we should do today. So, like I was saying, right here, this is the materials for our refined storage quest line here. This is enough to get us through these basic processors, the improved processors, the advanced processors, machine casings, and then I'm not sure if I put enough in here to get it through our grid and crafting grid, but I may have actually like prepped a bunch of these materials. So we're just gonna go start crafting stuff and see how it works out. So did I bookmark that stuff too? I did not. All right, let's go bookmark it. We're gonna bookmark you and you and you and you. So machine casing, let's make one of those. We're gonna need more than one, but one gets us the quest. Basic processor, redstone, iron, and processor bind. So I'm assuming since I had 8 iron in there that I was gonna make 8 of them. So let's just do that. Okay, there's that. You know, we can make this go even faster. We can just be like, nice. All right, so that gets us all of those. Let's just grab our quest rewards. We got an extra machine frame and some V-Bucks. Now it wants us to make an advanced processor, which is, oh yeah, that's why there's more redstone in the silicone. Look at that. All right, let's go ahead and just time in a bottle that. And then if we do the basic and the redstone and the silicone, then we do these. Okay. Now we need to make the improved as well, which looks like I did not math right on the redstone and the silicone. So let's grab some out. Redstone, silicone. Okay. And then if we go right there with these, that'll get us our last few. Go. All right, working through them. Cool, we get extras. That'll be nice. All right, so some of the next things we're going to need to make in here for getting storage up and running and starting to move things digitally, we are going to need, it's funny, they have the exporter and the importer, but they don't have the storage bus in there. So let's go ahead and make ourselves some cables, a controller, a disk drive, and our grid. Let's see if we have enough for any or all of that. So cables. Okay, definitely had enough in there for that. Controller. Let's see, where is the actual regular controller with a regular recipe? Come on. It's in here somewhere. There we go. Look at that. We had everything we needed to make the controller. What about the grid? Let's just look it up because I don't want to sit there and keep clicking. Grid. Oh, we had that. We have to get into the destruction. These two. Construction, destruction. And then destruction. Okay, let's make some of those. What do those take? Basics with glowstone and nether quartz. Glowstone or nether quartz and redstone. So we need glowstone and nether quartz. Glow and nether. Oh, were those the raw or are they the already made ones? Dang it. They're the raws, and we made all of our basics into here. So we're going to need to make a few more basic processors. So some more processor bindings. And then iron and redstone. So we just need to snag out some iron. Okay. So iron, redstone, processor bindings. Let's put up this extra stuff. This glass. Those V-Bucks can go away. Our wrench and our personal shrinking device for now. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oops. Oh well, I'll get them out later. All right, so there's those. So now we need the basic processors. Now we're going to do half of these because I bet you it's the same for both sides. So now this is kind of useless. Turn it into a crafting grid. So we're going to need a crafting table. Crafting grid. Okay. So with that, the only thing we're really missing is something to store it. So we've got our materials together for all of our controller and all of that stuff for it, but we didn't make any drives yet. So drives are how we're going to store things in refined storage instead of in chests. They will all just store in a drive. So we should make some of those drives, but I bet you we've got most of the materials we need. Let's clear out this stuff we did make already. We're going to leave those because we may need more of those for today's episode. And then we need a disk drive. Oh, they're going to give us a 1K if we just make it. Okay, so let's just make it. Do we have everything? What are we missing? Oh, we're missing a machine casing. Okay, let's make another one of those. Would you look at there? That's everything we need. And it's going to give us a drive. So now, oh, in between episode, Wooly did some stuff. You'll notice my lava thingy, my magmatic dynamo is no longer here. This is a flux point. So we set this up in between episodes just to not have to torture you guys with it. So all you have to do is you go into networks right here and it'll say create a network because you won't have one. Give it a name. If you're in a single player, I always just make them public because if you make them private or encrypted, you have to type in a password every single time you set up one of these points to provide power. And that's a pain. So we're going to tell this when it can bypass the limit because we have all of our main smelters and everything here. And so if they need to draw power, we don't want them to be limited by the transfer limit. But you can also just edit this and make it some astronomical number, and it'll transfer as much power as is capable. Then if we grab our shrinking device, if I can spell shrink, I'll show you the other side of it. So in here, I brought that one extra magmatic dynamo we had out there, and I set it up, and we have our ender tank feeding our lava into all of these. They're all being energy piped into your flux plug. Your flux plug is for power input into your network. This is how you're going to send power around wirelessly. And then the one thing to make sure of is if you're in single player or on a server and you put this stuff inside of a compact machine, you have to chunk load the compact machine or it won't be accessible when you're not in the compact machine. And on a server, chunk loading compact machines is way better than loading like chunks in the overworld too, because there's really nothing else that it's loading. Whereas in the overworld, when you chunk load, it loads chunks, sky to bedrock in that one chunk. So even though you're only loading one chunk, you're loading, whatever 16 times that span is, which my brain hurts, and I'm not going to do that math. So this is also part of our Flux networks. This is our battery. So it holds 2 million FE, which is not a lot of FE, but it's better than no buffer at all. So we have 2 million FE buffer right there that's going to hold 2 million power. just in case something happens with our lava, but our lava is being generated in that other compact machine that you guys have seen in other ones. So until we scale this up, we shouldn't run into any problems. But as we need more power, we can just scale this. We can just continue adding magmatic dynamos with the upgrades. We can fill this whole compact machine full of them, and that's going to get us through a long ways in this pack as far as power needs go. So that's that. Now that I've discussed how we're getting the power there, let's make another flux point, and then we can play around with our refined storage. It needs a block of redstone. You sneaky bugger. Okay, so we'll do that, and then there we have it. Okay, so now we have one more flux point. And so with refined storage, you don't need energy acceptors like you do with the others, and we can just power the controller directly, which you can power the controller in AE2, but you can't power anything else, or most other devices. You have to use an energy acceptor to take regular RF and get it to your controller. So let's go over here, because we got some room right here. So we're going to put our controller here, and then we're going to need our grid to be able to see anything that's in here. And then we are going to need our disk drive. Now I'm going to place the disk drive one separate, even though you can make them touching, just to demonstrate. And these cables we made, they are to connect all of them. And you're like, well, it's not doing anything. Well, it's not doing anything because we need to give it power. So here's a flux point we just made. You'll notice that it's not purple, doesn't have any of that. So we're going to come here to our network selection tab. We're going to tell it to be on Big Wooly, and you will see it come to life. So now our controller has woken up, and it shows that we have a crafting grid, a disk drive, and a cable. Now there's no disks in here, but they gave us a 1K, so we're going to put that in there. Now, refined storage does not have an item type limit like Applied Energistics does, so it's just 1,000 items, flat 1,000 items that this will hold. With AE2, the 1K disks, they'll hold 1,000 total of up to 63 item types. So not 63,000 items, just 1,000 items, but at maximum, those 1,000 items can be 63 different types of items. So kind of some complications you may have to think of if you choose to go the AE2 route rather than refined storage. So now, you're like, well, why does this matter? You already have a storage system, Wooly. Well, this matters because this one is, well, better. We're gonna say it. It's better. So we can go ahead and just toss this stuff in here. Now, the one thing we're not going to do is we're not going to use our external storage bus to connect to our simple storage networks, because we've learned that there are some compatibility issues between refined storage and that in our Vault Hunters world. And I just don't want to risk bricking this single player world. But we are going to be able to use an external storage controller to connect right up to our drawers. And then the only things we have to move into disks is going to be these 11 chests right here. That's it. We will set up this ender chest, which is bringing our inferium in from the cube where it's being grown. We will set that up on a import bus to bring it in, and we will probably put those items into a drawer attached to our drawer controller. But that's probably not something we're going to get into today. We might get into it today, but we'll see. So that is refined storage. Now there's going to be a lot more to refined storage as we progress, but this is the basics of it. Now to make the disks is just like anything else we've made. We can just look them up. So we just made a 1K storage disk, which is this right here, which consists of a 1K storage part and a disk housing. The 1K storage part, as you can see, pretty simple to craft, although we don't have everything in this system yet, so I ought to take this stuff back out and put it into the other one so that we can make the things we need for this one to move everything. So let's put all of this stuff over here. And just so that we do it with you guys, we're going to go ahead and we'll see what we can make. We should be able to make a 1K, but a 1K really, it's not that big of a disk. So let's see, 1K. Now, the way these work, though, is you have to make the lower ones, and then you use the lower ones to make the next tiers. So if we can make 3 1Ks, we can then make a 4K. Okay, so that's 1 4K. That's 2 4Ks. That's 3 4Ks. So we can make a 16K storage part, potentially. So now if we go to uses here, and we tell it this, we can dump these in here, and we've run out of basic processors. So we're going to need more basic processors to make one more 1K. Yeah, to make one more 4K so that we can then make our 6K. So let's let's do that real quick. What was it? Basic processor. So processor bindings. Let's just, oh, that's all of our silicon. That could be a problem. Redstone and iron. Okay. We're going to need to run some more of the stuff that gives us rest. Actually, no, we won't. Hopefully, we're going to get to that stuff. So if Wooly can stay on target after this one here. Okay, let's make, what did we need? So we're going to put these in here and get ourselves some more silicone going. All right, because we didn't need much for what we're working on. So it was silicone, basic, and redstone, I think. Yep, okay, basic processors. Here we go. I knew we needed 3 more for the next 4K, right? Our 16K calls for 4 improved. Would you look at that? We had enough. Now, do we have any storage housings left? Oh, we have 1 extra 1K store. Oh, we might have got that from a, no, I thought didn't we put it in the thing? Okay, well, somehow or another we have an extra 1K storage housing. I don't recall what that's from. So, but what we can do is you shift right click it to empty it. We're going to put our 16K storage part in here. And then now we might have enough space to empty all those chests downstairs. Not real sure, but we can definitely try. We'll need to get our wireless going for this before we swap over because wireless is nice. So I may have to wait to do that in between this episode and the next episode because I kind of want to get through the things that we had in our chest today. So the last little bits in here are going to be things we're going to be using throughout the remainder of this as we actually start moving into auto crafting and automating some of these processes. So with that automation of processes in mind, we're going to snag out the dimensional shards and this, and I think that's all we're going to need to get into RF tools. So in RF tools, we're going to need to make some machine frames. I don't know how many of these we're going to need to make, but it's also part of our quest line. And then we need to turn 1 machine frame into the machine slabs for that quest line also. That's going to cross off just a little bit of RF tools that they cover here in the quest line, but there's a lot of cool things in RF tools. One of those things that we're going to use revolves around the Master Infusion Crystal, which we got in, I think it was our previous episode, we got it in one of the earlier episodes. So that thing is going to allow us to use an RF Tools crafter to just take all the Inferium essence we're growing, and then we can convert it up inside of that crafter all the way to the top tier, and then just have it spit the top tier back out. And then if we need anything below that in our system, we can just break the top tier ones back down easily using auto crafting. And the RF Tools crafter here is going to be much, much faster than any other crafting method that we really have access to, I think, in this pack. I honestly am not familiar with what all is in here, but just put it this way. The RF Tools crafter is pretty dang OP if you have to do a lot of repetitive crafting. It's where it really shines. So we're gonna make ourselves a few crafting tables for this. I thought I made these and stuck them in the I did. Oh my god. I made them, put them in the chest, and then made them again. All right, so if we come in here, this is our tier 1 crafter. Now we're gonna need, well, it looked like 1, 2, 3 total more redstone torches. Now we're gonna make it into the tier 2. And then we're gonna take the tier 2 and put it in the middle, and we're gonna make it into the tier 3 crafter from RF Tools. You're like, well, Wooly, why do you sound so excited about this thing? Let me show you. So we have a flux point here and we need some power. So we're just gonna throw this here so it can get power off of this same flux point. You'll see it just connects up to it. And then we're going to start by coming over here. And this is where I was talking about getting into auto crafting. We're gonna be able to tie this thing into our new refined storage here with an import and an export bus. We're gonna be able to tell it to just export all of the inferium stuff that's being grown from the ender chest into here, and then we're going to tell it to export out the finished product. And all we have to do that is set the recipes. So if we go with at mys essence, that should get us pretty close. Yep. So here is our list of essences. So the inferium we don't have to make, but the prudentium we do. And so, oh, that's gonna, never mind. Yeah, so we're gonna put this here in the middle, and then we're gonna tell it, let's just grab some inferium essence because this will make it a little easier. Where am I going? Oh my god. Let's just grab some inferium essence. You know, like all of it that's sitting in that ender chest, along with all the rest of it that's sitting in our other area. And what we can do is we can tell this how to make each of the tiers. We're going to click on this spot. I should have done that first. And then we're going to tell it that we want it to, all items in the input slots are consumed. Yes, that's fine. And after it crafts, we don't want it to spit it out. We want it to keep it in here. So we're going to change that to the internal buffer. And then we're going to hit apply. And so now, if we put our master infusion crystal in here and we throw inferium essence in here, if you'll notice, as fast as you can think about it, it's converting those into prudentium essence by using a crafting table and doing it in its internal buffer. So now we're going to come down to our next slot and we're going to do, you'll notice it stopped. That's because I took the crystal out. We're going to do the next one. And what we're going to do, just to make sure we have them, we're going to pull out one of each tier and save it because we're going to do something cool with this inventory in here once we're done to make sure that we don't ever like get into a spot where this buffer fills up and then you don't have room for the next craft. So now that we have prudentium, the next tier, oh, I screwed that up. The next tier is tertium, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to hit apply. And then if for some reason it won't start crafting until you update its inventory. But look at there, we messed up. Got to change that to internal and hit apply because it spit our stuff into the output buffer. Let's grab one of these out for our inventory management purposes later. And as you can see, it has already crafted all of them. So you get the idea. I'm going to set up the rest of these recipes. They are the same ones that we used in the last episode when we were doing seed making. Showed you guys how to craft these before. So we're not going to go through all of that again. And I just did this again. Make sure you change your buffer to internal where it keeps them. Let's grab out a blue. All right, I'll be back as soon as I have the rest of them in here, and we'll continue on. Okay, so we got all our recipes set, and as you can notice, I have enough of everything in here where it's not trying to craft another one, and that's because I want to tell this how to remember our stuff so that we don't ever run out of space in here for it to continue crafting, because it will just pump a bunch of inferium essence in here, and then it will get to the point where it can't shuffle the items around in its buffers enough to craft anything else, and it just kind of freezes. So we want to make sure that at no point in time would there ever be an option for there to not be a spot for at least one of each of the tiers of essence. And this is kind of redundant to have the Insanium in there, since with the Insanium, we're telling it to spit the result out, but to keep the crystal. That's what this external C means. It keeps the crafting thing ingredient. I can't remember exactly what it stands for. But that way, if we happen to overflow here, and it does finally stop, it'll stop with a full stack of Insanium essence in the buffer, which, you know, if we ever need that much, we've probably played this pack too long. So what we're going to be able to do is we're going to hit remember. And then now when we move it, you'll notice there's an outline of the item there. That way, it will not allow anything else to go into any of those slots. So if we grab out a bunch of this Inferium essence from our storage here, and we open this back up and we just tell it, there you go, take some Inferium essence, and then we can just keep feeding it in as it eats it. And then you'll notice that as it's crafting up to these Insanium essence, it will spit it out into this external buffer. We're almost there. There you have it. Now we're up to 4 Insanium essence. The reason we want to do this is we're going to be able to auto-craft these down in a matter of seconds using the auto-crafting features that are built into refined storage when we need them for like a crafting recipe. And having this thing just compress all of the proceeds of our farms into the top tier dust all the time is going to mean that if we need a blue or a red for an auto craft, it's not going to have to craft 18 million of these Inferium through to get it there. We just have to take these, which we'll grab one of these out of the input buffer. I'd kind of like to leave them in there for demonstration when we get to it later. But you can grab one of these, and in a matter of seconds, if you need Supremium, there you have it. If you need Imperium, you see, and so the auto crafters will be able to do that down crafting for us a lot quicker than the auto crafters in here are capable of crafting it up. These are great if you just want something to be made repeatedly. They would be a good replacement for the sequential fabricators that we have been using to make our transformation powders. So that may be something we do if we decide to play this pack through beyond the end of it. But it would be a great thing to do if you were going to play in one of these worlds long term, to set all of those up in here and then just have it spit out the output. And the best part is you can lock these fields here to make sure that the problem we have here, where this buffer, like right now, this wouldn't craft anymore because there's no dust in here. So what you have to do to fix that, happens all the time. You have to take a stack of dust out, and then now you can see it's going to finish crafting up and getting this where it needs to be. And that's because there's no filter to prevent the stone pebbles, which was the thing we have the most of, from filling all of the slots. So these are a superior option, but they aren't something that we have access to early on in this pack. So that got us through refined storage, or not refined storage, that got us through RF tools. Now, I had wanted to cover the dimensional portal thingamajigs in here. This thing, dimensional, what are these? Dimensional portal. I've never done this mod pack, so if you don't see this till episode 12, this hit the cutting room floor because I gave up. If this makes it in and the episode's a little long, thanks for watching. Let's see if we can't figure it out. So, gilded portal blocks. Oh, we're going to need more of those. I think we grabbed all of them out of here, though, didn't we? Yeah, we did. But oh, yeah, we need the chisel for that. I even had the redstone torches in there I needed for that, and I just overlooked it. Okay, so let's get going here. So for the gilded portal block, you need chiseled stone bricks, which you can do those a couple of ways. You can do them in a standard Minecraft stone cutter, but the chiseled mod is in here. And the chisel mod is awesome because you can take a stack of stone, you can stick it in here, and it will let you pick which pattern you want. You can also do things like connected textures, which we did this when we built here earlier, and I can't remember if I talked about the chisel then. But the cool part is I can do a whole stack at a time. So I need these chiseled stone bricks for these gateway portals, so I can just, bam, and it will craft the whole stack. Now let's say I decide I don't need it. This is a super neat feature. I can tell it, you know what? I'd rather it be stone. And it will craft that back into stone for us so that we're not stuck with like 8 random blocks that we don't need. Pretty cool if you ask me. All right. Now, what do we need for these gilded portal blocks? We need that chisel stuff. We need some gold. Okay. Sounds good. Let's put these in the storage. Let's see how many we get from a quest reward, too. We get any? Nope. We get the Dimensional Dungeons book. It's probably going to be useful. Okay. Key inscribing station. It says we need one of those. So let's make one. And portal keystone. Okay. Let's go see what we get from this. Just some V-Bucks. Used as a part of the portal structure, the guidebook will show you where and how the blocks must be placed. Okay. Used to create keys. Frame of a dimensional portal. Okay. And then now we need a blank portal key. So how do we make that? Blaze rod and a name tag. A name tag? How are we even supposed to get what? Why are these not? Oh, they're synced here. Oh, we have name tags. Thank goodness. All right. Blaze rod. We got blaze rods. Okay. So let's make one. All right. So now it says enter a dimensional dungeon. Okay. Why do I have this strange sense of impending doom? Like we're gonna complete this and die. Dimensional dungeons introduction. Dimensional dungeons adds nearly limitless procedurally generated dungeons to Minecraft. These dungeons are placed in a single separate dimension, which can be accessed from a portal anywhere in the overworld. This makes the dungeons themselves renewable, and it provides challenging replay adventure like maps. The Dimension Dungeon limits building and block breaking. Obstacle courses can't be bridged over. Combat can't be trivialized by building fences around mobs. And light and darkness matter when you can't place torches. Also, no stealing blocks unless you turn off block protection in the server config. Besides challenges in room designs, dungeons randomly populated with enemies and worthwhile loot. Many rooms with valuable treasure chests require solving a puzzle that will test your knowledge of Minecraft game mechanics. Interesting. To the Dimension Dungeon, to enter it, you'll need a portal frame and at least one activated portal key. This contains, okay, so cool. Advice. Most puzzles do not require an ender pearl. They are often the easiest solution. Literal advice dispensers around the dungeon. Keys can be renamed in an anvil without changing their status. If you are using a gravestone type mod, then be sure to configure the server's whitelist so that you can break that block. Interesting. Do we have gravestones in here? I think we do. I would hope that the pack creators already did that. All right, so there's that. Keys. How to craft a key. Okay, we already did that. If all the Ender portal frames are occupied, you can use a key to break the Eye of Ender in one of the frames. This does not break the portal to the end. Interesting. The activation ritual requires you to use the blank key on the hull of an end portal frame. The end portal frame does not need to be part of a valid end portal. Okay, so that's what this is. The key inscribing station. That looks like an end portal frame. Neat. All right, how do we make our frame? Portals. The basic portal frame. Okay, we've already made some of those. It takes... Cool, I can visualize it. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, where can we put this? There we go. That was weird. All right. So that is our portal frame. Now, decorating the portal is highly encouraged. Any air block except where the two in the middle are can be filled with whatever. Okay, cool. Good to know. Keys. So let's take our key. All right. Key to finding mystery in perfection. All right. So with that actually, I think we have to enter it. Oh, we have to enter it to complete the quest. All right, well, I guess here we go. We're going to try it. We'll see what happens. If I die, it'll just be like the episode ends like right before I die. No, I'm just kidding. If I die, I'll let you see it. All right, let's see what we get here. Let's grab our decent gear. Okay, we got food. I have no idea what to expect. So here we go. Oh. Whoa. All right. Let's give it a go. Whoa, really loud. Oh god, and there's mobs. Okay. 2 zombies. Okay. I drowned. Spider is stuck in the fire. Another spider stuck on the ceiling. Okay. Some armor stands and a crafting table. More armor stands. I have no idea what we're looking for in here. Oh, this is a lava room with lots and lots of honey blocks. Okay. This was the room we came in. Oh. Ow. 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 Okay, well, we got those guys. Now, this has got like Roy G. Biv colors on honey blocks. So is it a parkour? Am I going to get something if I complete the parkour? Oh, look at that. There's a chest up there. Doesn't allow me to place or break blocks. Is there a way to climb a honey block? Ah. Okay, so I can't jump up there. How are we gonna get there? Can I break these trees? Nope. Oh, I'm in snow. Fun. Okay, so I have to get out of it and go another way to get back on the carpet. Cool. All right, so there is a chest up there, but I don't know how I'm going to get it unless, can I like cheese it? Oh, I can cheese that. Okay, so it gave me a diamond pickaxe. Seriously? All that for a diamond pick? All right. What's in this way? All right. Oh. Okay, it appears to be a puzzle. Emeralds, 3 emeralds. Turn into the chest, and then 2 gold and an emerald, and then a moss block. Oh. Okay. So I need to stop it on 3 emeralds. Nope. I wonder if these swords, like, do these rotate? No? so I can't change the speed of the middle one. Can I turn these? No. I have no clue what I'm supposed to be doing in here, y'all. No clue. I would guess it's not that I'm supposed to do. Are there any tripwire hooks? It doesn't look like it, but there are spawners under these. Okay. I have zero clue what I'm supposed to be doing. I should probably read this book, but maybe not while I'm in the dungeon. You know, the smart thing to do would have also been to think about the fact that I just jumped across that lava. Am I going to be able to get back? I don't think I'm going to be able to get back. Ow! Ow! Oh, you have a key. I'll take that. Give me the key. So that is a key to a different dungeon. Interesting. Okay, there's a bunch of ore in here I can't loot. Pressure plate. Bottles of enchanting. Okay. It gives me XP. Wonderful. But I don't know what I need the XP for. Nothing else in there. You guys know what I'm supposed to be doing. Let me know. Oh. I haven't gotten a bow yet. A bow, I could shoot it. Oh, there are 4. Nope. Oh, got it. So there's one more. I have no idea what flipping all these is going to actually do. It's probably going to kill me. Be my guess. I mean, if I was trying to troll me, that's what I would do. Oh, I got it. I got it. Look, it opens up this for a chest. Inventory isn't generated. Do I have to use their pick? What? It's not openable. I can't open the chest. Well, what the heck? Can't break it. No clue what we're supposed to do there, y'all. Maybe there's another part of the puzzle that unlocks the chest? Don't know. All right, I think we've gotten into here. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing in here, but we've gotten here. So I think we're going to call it an episode because I may need to read up on like what I'm supposed to do in these. And then I can show you guys what they're all about because there's obviously a puzzle here that we're not getting. But at least we survived and we got a key for a different one. And we made it out with all of our stuff, which is pretty awesome. So, yeah. I covered everything in the Don't Get Distracted Woolly Chest. I think this episode's probably going to run a little long, but if it did and you've watched till this point, thanks for watching. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe button for, so you can see it. And if you want to know when the videos drop, you can hit the notification bell and it'll let you know when I drop a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye.